And why did he make you so special? Why did he bless you? Think about it. I woke up this morning. Gonna smile when I say that shit. Woke up this morning. Go.
Well, are you guys excited for tomorrow? For tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Finally not working the whole time.
Wait, have you worked every other tailgate?
Yeah, I cook on them.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like not doing it anymore, which is nice.
Dude, that's hectic for you guys.
Oh,
You guys, I gotta send some respect your way. Like, you guys killed that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was great. It was great.
Really?
like-
We did a good job. They kept telling us we did awful.
Well, that's what they want you to think. I thought you guys did great.
That's cool. Yeah, I actually have to sober from 7 to 5 tomorrow. I picked
Oh,
up,
no shit.
picked up 2 of my Pledge Brothers shifts because they're going home for family stuff.
Respect.
So I was like,
And to elaborate on like what we're talking about, so basically there's this thing called Kegs and Eggs that is hosted by yours truly. It's hosted in this house right here. Gets a little rowdy. What time were you guys required to be here in the morning? 6 a.m.?
yeah.
So we start early. And some of you guys were here like 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As early as you want to start drinking
Right, yeah.
on a Saturday morning.
See, the first one, because we've thrown out here twice now, the first one I started drinking like super early, and I was out like for like, I fell asleep at like 4 o'clock that day, and I was out for 14 hours, so the next one I waited a little bit and paced myself, which was a lot smarter.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, I got a buddy coming in town. But to elaborate more, so we wake up at 6 a.m., I get up probably about 7, get ready real quick, and then you guys would usually make...
Yeah, like
whenever you guys
eggs, sausage, hash browns, anything you want in the morning.
It was good.
Yeah.
Bomb-ass breakfast.
It's nice to have breakfast with beer.
And then they get a few kegs and eggs, and then we start drinking, and we go to the tailgate, and that's walking distance conveniently. Mm-hmm. That's what's nice. Cause
About here, yeah. Especially.
Yeah. Well, is Elias's spot? Was that?
His
It was pretty
close
close too, but
They were
like,
both.
it's just you two down here, right? Unless Hunter would throw one, because he lives really close too.
Yeah.
Like walking distance.
So does Noel. And
Yeah, Noel
them,
does.
they all
Yeah,
live
but like
in the
this
same
one's
area.
on the street, so it's on Grange.
Right,
which is, like,
right.
just right there.
So, are you guys excited to be done with Pledge Shit?
Oh yeah, it's been great.
It's been great, yeah.
Congratulations, by the way. I don't think I've congratulated you yet.
First 2 days after initiation, I was high the whole day. So
What
that felt nice.
would you say you've learned the most?
I've learned time management for sure.
Yeah, for
Before
sure.
that, I didn't really know how to juggle my time. I always ended up doing things late. And I did that a lot during Pledge Shit, but I definitely did it less.
Right.
I learned how to juggle more things at a time.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Lots of different stuff. That we
While
have to
on
do.
minimal sleep too.
Right.
Yeah. I think for me it was like stress. Handling stress.
Handling stress for
Yeah,
sure.
because it was very stressful. And like,
Is that a strong point of yours?
well, it used to not be, but like, because I was super stressed for a lot of it, and then I got to a point where I was like, you know what happens, happens. And
Totally.
you can just try your best and see how it works out, and then I just...
That's a good outlook to take on life too.
Yeah.
I fucking hate stress, man. There's nothing.
Oh, it's the worst.
I don't handle it well at all. So I feel you there.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any like near-death experiences?
Oh yeah, I got one.
All the time for you.
Actually, yeah. I crossed death's path quite a bit. But my most memorable one is when I was a kid, probably like 10 or 12, I went to my grandparents' house on the lake,
Right.
and I jumped off the dock and did like a pencil dive. Do you know what that is? It's where you like put your arms and legs to the side and you're just straight and you go straight down.
Oh, so you're going head first?
No, feet first.
Oh, feet first. Okay.
Yeah. And I dove down, and it was right off the dock, and so the depth was about 10 feet, and I sunk down and almost got my feet stuck in the mud down there.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be a terrible way to die. Then you're just struggling.
Yeah. I did get one foot kind of stuck, but I was able to get it free pretty easily, but that was very scary.
Shit. I feel like you'd be able to get out though after like a little bit of, I don't know, who knows, you know?
Mud's pretty thick.
True.
Thick mud. Some thick mud down there.
They got some things down there. Yesterday I stubbed my toe. That was
Shit.
scary.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, my life flashed before my eyes.
Oh.
Damn. How were you not limping in here?
I don't know, man.
Dude, I got a wheelchair upstairs.
Oh, thank God, because I need it. Actually, that really hurt because I broke my toe like a few times. So it's just...
Me and Ben actually came pretty close, last week? I don't know what happened. I swear I was sober, but I just went up to the stoplight, and it was late at night, so I thought it was
I don't know
one of those...
what you're talking about yet.
It was one of those where it goes from like a stoplight where you have to wait for it to turn green to just a stop sign where it flashes red. And I thought it was that, and so I stopped, and then I started driving.
Oh my god!
But it wasn't like that, and there was a car that like almost hit me.
No shit.
Yeah, it honked at me, and I didn't even realize it until I was like past it, and I was like,
it's just kind of. One of
I
those
definitely just ran that red light and almost died.
That happened. Like,
I know what you mean. Like there are times when I'm driving, I'm just like half conscious almost, like just on autopilot, like mentally.
Yeah.
Or you're so deep in your own thoughts, you're not you're partially paying attention to the traffic laws.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I don't know what happened, but if you know what I'm talking about, where the stoplights go, like they just start flashing red.
They turn into stop signs. So.
Yeah, it's basically a stop sign. I thought it was that for some reason.
They evolve into stop signs.
At like midnight. They come out. Those stop signs come out.
Actually, on my birthday, a few weeks back, I was walking across the street, and you know how Grand is pretty busy right here.
Yeah.
And I looked over to my left, and then I just started crossing. I didn't even like look over to make sure like I was 100%. But I get a call from Monty. Speaking of your twin, and I get a call from Monty, and he's like, I think he's about to call me, like telling me like happy birthday or something. He's like, dude, you almost just got hit. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, were you just crossing Grand? I was like, yeah, I like just did. And he's like, dude, you almost got hit, and that person not gonna be a fuck if they hit you. Yeah. He said it was a Bugin, which makes absolutely no sense. Like,
some Bugins have cars, and then some Bugins live out of cars.
Those are the luxury Bugins.
Those are the luxury, high class.
They're like
the upper class Bugins
on the totem pole.
The upper class.
Actually, there's a he might be a Bugin, but I see this like big, not rapist van, but it's like similar, one of those massive SUV van type things. You know what I'm talking about? Like you can sleep in it for sure. You can live out of that thing for sure. I see it fucking everywhere. That or I'm just seeing like multiple of the same car.
Yeah,
it's a pretty distinct car.
Honestly, cars that you can sleep in are like the best move. Like, I had a minivan in high school.
Same.
Yeah, it was dope. I loved it because like I would go on camping trips out of it, just sleep in the back.
Dude, that's
could bring
what's
girls, shit like that. Like, sit 7, so you can
you can bring it if you want.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, you could pick up at least like 15 people. In that.
Sober drive. Sober drive in the minivan next semester.
That's gonna be the move.
Play some Futurama.
Yeah, it has a little DVD player in it too.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Play some Futurama. That'd be dope.
Oh, that's what's up.
It's better than your car, I think. Your first car.
My first car was a 1997 Ford Probe, and yes, it probably was better.
Yours was a Ford Probe?
A Ford
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that either.
Look it up.
Right,
they're actually pretty cool. They have the mechanized headlights that pop up.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
1997?
Yeah.
What was the one after that? The Miata?
And then I got the Mazda RX-8, which has the same body frame as the Miata, but it's just like longer. It seats 4, but it's only a 2-door.
Was your first one stick too?
No, my second one was the.
Oh, those headlights.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
They look like eyes.
Yeah, mine was black.
What's with you in? I was gonna say, what's with you in red cars?
No, mine was black. And then my Mazda RX-8. Do you know what those are?
Kind of. I'm like the worst with cars.
You want to look that one up? That one's pretty cool. I had that one. It was manual. I actually was looking for SUVs for college, or for my last year of high school, and then going into college. A reliable SUV. Yeah. And then I ended up finding that car, and it was in the same price range as my SUVs, and I was like, you know what? That car's really cool, and it's manual, and I always wanted to drive manual, and now I can. It's awesome.
Wait, so before you had a stick?
I did not have a stick on my first car. I did have a stick on my second car, but now my new car doesn't.
Well, at least you know how to drive stick.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to drive stick. That's super applicable.
Yeah, coming to college with this automatic car, I'm definitely missing the manual days.
Yeah. Do you guys, I think self-driving cars are going to be here soon.
Oh, yeah.
I think within 5 years it's going to be pretty common.
I think there's a whole, like, legal liability, like, problems with that, though. Like,
there is.
There needs to be, like, a whole infrastructure to, like, keep every car accountable and, like, for insurance purposes like that.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
There's, like, the technology's there, but integrating it into our system is going to be a challenge. I'm thinking like 15, 20 years.
You think so?
But in the next 5 years, the UK actually passed a law that in the next 5 years they will get rid of all petroleum-based cars.
No shit. So it's all electric.
They will not allow gas cars in the UK
That's
in the next
insane.
5 years.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's a step in the positive
Yeah.
direction. But whether they follow through with that or not,
Oh, I mean they have to.
They
Like
have
it's a
to.
law.
Oh, is it like a law?
Yeah.
Like it's
Wow.
They like it's a law. I'm pretty sure that's what my philosophy teacher
that's kind of
said.
shitty though. Like, what if you own a car, you have to get rid of that car then?
I guess. I mean they give you 5 years.
Okay.
It's not today. It's
Right.
in the next 5 years, so people have to plan to do that.
And
obviously.
I think Elon Musk is creating like a huge incentive to go. Like he's making
Yeah.
electric cars cool.
Right. Yeah. And
making a lot of money doing it too.
Yeah.
and so they'll probably, and by the time that comes around, electric cars will be more common and probably more affordable.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, Teslas are crazy expensive right now.
yes,
He's
very
changed the
expensive.
auto industry too, man. He's changing the world.
He's changing the world.
One man can change the world.
Love that guy.
Shout out Big Sean. Shout out Kanye.
Shout out to my boy Big Sean.
do you guys like Chance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Acid rap.
actually like the intro of this song. Or what am I saying? The intro of this podcast is like
Oh, really?
a clip from him.
Oh,
yeah.
that's dope.
It's like why did it make you so special? Why did he bless you? I woke up this morning. You guys know what I'm talking. It's in Somewhere in Paradise with Jeremiah.
That's awesome.
I love that.
That's
It's
a cool
like-
intro.
Yeah, it's like being grateful for life. You know, like I woke up this morning. That's a good outlook to take.
Yeah.
I struggle with
That's
that
for
shit.
sure. Yeah.
It's easy to get down, especially when you're down at school, just constantly doing shit you don't want to do, like on like a Monday, Tuesday, you're going to class all day.
Oh yeah.
It's easy to get down.
Yeah, I got really down when I went into my math test yesterday and knew like 3 things on the test.
Ah, then you're so frustrated, disappointed. in
I
yourself.
I was just like, I don't even know what to do, and I just turned in what I knew.
Right.
The rest was blank. I mean, like
No shit.
I would have put stuff in there, but I didn't know anything.
Absolutely.
It was
Hey, when in doubt, you draw a dick.
Don't do that.
I don't know if my professor would have. Not sure he would have appreciated it. He's a funny guy, but I don't know if he would have appreciated that.
There's this new show. If you guys are looking, I'm not like huge on TV, but I have been watching this. It's called American Vandal.
No, I did. I watched all of that. That
No
was
shit.
Oh, yeah,
that was
yeah,
really
he
good.
did.
That's funny.
I was
That's
passed
funny.
out from
Yeah.
most of it.
Okay.
Anytime I watch a show and Ben like wants to hop in, he'll end up just passing out. Like we started Band of Brothers. He's like, yeah, start a new miniseries. I was like, okay, I'll start Band of Brothers.
Okay, well we watched,
First episode.
and then you got into the second episode, so there's no way I'm gonna
What
get.
do you guys-
I'm already. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
We live
I'm
in
already
the
in
same
this-
hall,
yeah.
and
Oh,
his
that's
roommate's
what's up.
always out because he lives in Springfield.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So
Hell
like
yeah.
I'm just in there all the time.
This-
And my roommates are
I'm like
assholes.
you, Ben. Like I pass out during a movie too. Like Chad always wants to watch movies at night. I always pass out.
Now I'm on episode 6, and Ben still doesn't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of American Vandal.
No, Band of
Band of
Brothers.
Okay.
I just-
I
like
completed
war.
American Vandal. It was really interesting. I saw it and I was like, that's a interesting premise for a show.
It's also hilarious.
Is it real though? Like, is it based
No
off
way.
of truth or is
No,
it completely fiction?
No, yeah.
I was never sure. I didn't look it up.
The main reason I started watching it was because do you know Jimmy Tatro, the main character in there, like the one who's like accused of drawing the dicks?
Right.
Yeah, he's like I've been following him. Like he's honestly like his sense of humor has made like a profound impact in my life. Honestly, like
Really?
I know that sounds kind of crazy, just like watching YouTube videos, but yeah. Here I'll pull up his channel real quick.
Yeah, so basically, American Vandal's what? This kid is accused of drawing a bunch of dicks on cars in
Yeah,
between.
because he's
just
no, it
like
wasn't
a
even in between
general
classes.
asshole.
So what happens is on a teacher like conference day, after all the conferences, the teachers go out there and there's dicks on every one of their car, like spray painted on there. It's like $100,000 worth of damage from vandalism. And they just blame it on this dude because one guy says he saw him, and he was famous for like drawing dicks on whiteboards in class. And so they're like, it must be him.
I love when they bring up the part. They're like, well, what about the ball hair?
Yeah, the ball hair. They
Is it
drew
they-
the dicks different. Like the spray painted dicks were drawn differently than how he drew them on the whiteboards.
Well, he's just like his character's just a total fuck boy.
Yeah.
That's hella funny.
He's like well known. Like he would just draw dicks up on the teacher's whiteboard.
He did it in
during
a
class.
Sharpie one time.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Oh,
I don't
that's
want to
so
spoil
funny.
anything, but there's a lot of really cool stuff that's found out and a lot of cool plot
This
twists.
is his YouTube
guy.
channel. He's just like a really like authentic, just genuine, just goofy. He's goofy as fuck. That's probably the best way to describe Jimmy Tatro.
That's funny.
Yeah, I've literally seen every single one of these.
Wait,
videos.
hold on. Was that him with Crazy Girlfriend?
Yeah.
That's funny. I think I've seen that video actually.
No, Joe, you're totally cool. Yeah, he actually started. He went to Arizona State, right? He was in Pi Kappa Phi there, and apparently he got kicked off of campus for like slinging coke out of the house like the
Damn.
next year. But anyway, he. Oh shit! I didn't realize he was the other one. It's fine. It's cool. So he went to Arizona State, and then he ended up like always making these YouTube videos. Got pretty famous off of that, and then he said his mom one day like asked if she's like, why are you still in college? Like you're doing well with your career, and then he's like, oh shit, yeah, I guess I should drop out then. Ended up I think he dropped out senior year. I could be wrong though, but now he's living in LA
Doing great for himself, honestly.
Yeah, he's been in the Blue Mountain State movie. He's been doing.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet. I need to see that. I love that show.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty
It's
good
so
show.
funny.
Totally worth the watch.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The thing is though about the show is that it seemed like a realistic premise that it was just recasted.
Dude, yeah.
And like it actually happened. I was like, that'd be interesting if that happened.
Interesting. I've been watching Avatar.
Yeah.
Have you seen
This man
Avatar:
watches
The Last Airbender?
Avatar,
Oh,
Like the
okay.
cartoon?
Yeah, my buddy was really into that shit.
Yeah, I know. I've been like
rewatching it.
pounding it. It's like better now.
Hey, don't
better as
flood
an
shit.
adult.
You do
I'm
what you
gonna
want,
watch,
you know?
watch cartoons.
Hell yeah.
That's all I want.
No, I like that show. If
Yeah.
I had to choose like cartoon, that'd probably be a top choice for
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah,
And then there's like 6 seasons if you count the new series. I'm like,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Ben watches
That's
Ben watches a lot of interesting things on my computer.
Yeah, I do.
Porn.
Yeah, my computer. I came back from between one of my classes to grab a book for my philosophy class. I walk in and this dude is at my
you were in-
desk.
I thought you were-
my desk on
My
my
phone
computer,
was dead. I don't know what you
whacking off. There was a lot of yelling.
It was really mad.
There was a lot of yelling. I walked out.
Oh, you're actually mad? To be honest, I would feel more awkward in that.
It was more
situation.
like a flabbergasted kind of
It was
like
fun.
I was just like, what is happening? My computer? Are you serious?
There comes to a point in every man's friendship with another man that you end up like either walking in on them,
Yeah,
doing something.
and Andre walked in on Cameron last night.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's the guys across the hall from us.
Okay.
It just happens, you know.
Yeah, we
That's
stay
funny.
we stay in
Kevin's the
Freddy's
best.
too, by the way.
Yeah, okay.
If you-
I knew that because the other day you walked over to your dorm.
Okay, that's right. You watched me walk
I
to my
did.
dorm.
I did. Actually, I pulled out my binoculars and I was lurking.
Did you like
man.
the
I was
view?
lurking.
Did you like
Do
the view?
I did. I liked what I saw.
I was wearing my.
I liked the finished product.
I was
Your
wearing.
Sherpa.
I was wearing my. No, I think I was
Sherpa
wearing
joggers?
jeans. Pretty sure I was
Oh,
wearing
wow.
jeans. So it really highlighted that booty.
I'm dead.
But yeah, after I started, I left after I got my book, and I turned to my left to go to my class, and there's just a dude standing there. Not like right next to the door, but like a little bit down, and he's just standing there, like staring at me. He's like, "What the hell's happening?" I was just like, "It's fine, don't worry about it."
It's like
I just walked past.
you don't even want to know.
You don't
You know
want
what's
to
You
know.
don't want to know.
But
After you left, I was like, all right, he's gone. I'm gonna finish, and then. Literally 5 minutes later, Mason walks in the door. This is his roommate. I haven't seen him for 2 weeks. Like he's not in there ever, and just pops in all of a sudden.
are you still beating it?
Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
done yet.
Finish what you start. Finish what you start.
Lock the damn door.
I did. He unlocked it.
He doesn't have a key. He told me he doesn't have his keys.
Well, how do you get in?
You probably just didn't lock it.
Maybe he's an airbender.
No.
The truth comes out.
But yeah, so
was so funny.
he lives in Springfield, and
Okay.
but he goes here and he's pledged to Teak.
Okay.
So he's been really busy with his pledgeship, and because he lives in Springfield, he's just been going home and been living from there because he doesn't really want to
Stay in the dorms.
stay in the dorms.
What's he
during all
paying
that,
for
I
the
guess.
dorms then?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
His mom is still.
Yeah, I can't judge.
Yeah, I don't get it, but it's happening. He's coming back next week. He's going through the last week of his pledgeship this week.
Do you guys like living with roommates?
Yeah, I liked living with Mason. He was a cool roommate. He didn't trash the room like some of our roommates. Some people.
Wow.
Ben, you were a very messy man.
During pledgeship, I have no time to clean. It takes like
True.
If I'm like
True.
trying to clean stuff, it takes me to like I have to set time for it. It's like the same thing as like studying or like working out. You just have to allocate time to do your shit.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have time.
I like to like clean before I study sometimes. Like I'll like pick up and like kind of I don't know, like readjust my room to have like a clean exterior, because then I feel mentally like more mental clarity.
Yeah, more organized.
Absolutely.
But Ben, don't lie. You're a messy person before pledgeship.
This is
Don't
true.
even lie.
I'm a very messy person, but I usually can keep it under wraps for the most part.
For the most part.
You should have seen my room the first 2 weeks of college. It was
I did.
pretty clean most of the time.
No, it wasn't. There was just a huge pile of shit.
Just clothes.
Yeah, in your corner.
I don't like this judgment. It's coming
Speaking
right
of
now.
shit, I don't know how shit triggered this thought. Like literally, all you said was shit. But this reminded me of like, so whenever I was getting over this ex-girlfriend of mine, the one thing that was extremely comforting was this time that she shit and I like clogged this toilet and I had to unclog it. And that was like a huge part
That's
of
how
how
you
I
got
got over
over
my
it?
ex. Yeah. I was like, hey, she shits. I don't know why. That helped. It helped easily.
It's a person. It's probably because you were
mistakes.
like, you were thinking about her like putting her on a pedestal in your head, like, oh, she was.
No, even more than that. It was just like, I don't know. It was just like I think I was trying to associate like a.
Like negativity.
Yeah, negativity to like get over.
All right. Yeah.
Because this
She
was
was a
like
clogged
after like a
toilet.
breakup.
She was a clogged toilet.
She
in
was
your life.
the clogged
And then
toilet in
You
your life.
unclogged that toilet, and you unclogged your life by, getting her out of your head.
Yeah.
When she clogged that toilet, life gave me a fucking riddle, and I solved that
You
shit.
solved the
Hell
fucking
yeah.
riddle. Sometimes life gives you riddles.
Sometimes life gives you lemons, and
Sometimes
then you give
life
those
gives
lemons
you-
back because you're like, why the fuck do I need lemons?
I'd probably just spread the lemons all over your room. And
Sometimes life gives
There's
you clogged
a really,
toilets too.
there's a really funny video.
Oh, if you could use this, just because my
sure.
keypad fucking blows.
I got you. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Lost it. Oh, damn it.
Yeah, I'm pumped for tomorrow, though. I have a really good buddy coming in, actually. So the reason I started this podcast, right, is because I originally used to make YouTube videos my freshman year of college, and then I started making Vines later on, and I saw a little bit more success with
rest
that.
in peace, fine.
And then I said, yeah, rest in
Rest in
peace. Dude, Vines are the best. I don't know why they went away. And then I started doing this more. Oh, this video is gonna be so ate up. Well, when life gives you lemons.
Thanks for that, Chris.
That's it.
When
That's
life
it.
gives you lemons.
But that's what I think of every time someone says.
When life gives you lemons.
When life gives you lemons.
Was that like an old video you used to watch, or?
I think that was a Vine actually.
Oh no shit. Okay.
Rip Vine.
Rip.
What even happened? Like, did it
They
get
got bought.
out?
They got bought.
Who did they get bought by?
I think Twitter.
No, Twitter already owned them whenever they created it.
Oh, really?
I think what they had was they had a difficult time on how to like monetize it, because they didn't know how to generate any like revenue from it. Because I guess you could put commercials. I don't know why they didn't just do that.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make sense that they
Ads
didn't.
and
Yeah. Maybe not
see that.
before, but like in your feed. But then that could get passed up. real quick.
Or you can just put
what do you
them-
mean? Did it not get monetized? Weren't there like Viners that got like famous and like rich off of Vine?
Oh, totally. Dude,
Yeah,
like,
for sure. But like Viners are famous and rich because they had all those people following them, so they could then move that following to different social media sites, and then
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of them went over to YouTube and Instagram.
Well,
It
they
was, like,
they moved to
dominant.
YouTube after the Vine fall. for the
Typically,
most part.
yeah. Like
But-
Cody Ko did a lot. Now Jake Paul and Logan Paul. Do you guys know those two? Dude, they're taking over YouTube, man.
Are they actually?
Jake Paul takes a lot of shit, and
The-
he's killing it, man. Like these younger girls, they fucking
Yeah,
love
the
it.
only reason I know about Jake Paul is because I work at a summer camp, and like literally all the kids talk about was like Jake Paul. For
Yeah,
a long
they love
time.
him, dude.
And they would
They
make fun of
fucking
him,
love him.
and like they knew all his. Like,
The only reason I know
all
him
shit.
Like, watch this.
is
Watch
because
this.
of dumb shit that he did, and then it got made fun of on the internet.
That's how
That
you
doesn't
know
blow
most
your mind. If you type in Jay on YouTube right now, Justin Bieber isn't even #1. It's Jake Paul. Who the fuck is Jeffy?
Yo, you don't know Jeffy? Dude, that's my boy Jeffy. I love that guy. Wait, does it say Jeffy?
Do you actually know Jeffy?
This is...
That literally blew my mind the other day. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Let's see who Jeffy is.
Yeah, this younger generation, like growing up around YouTube and
Jeffy's dog.
Jeffy's Trap.
because YouTube really started. At least I was probably in like 4th grade when YouTube started. So you guys are probably a little bit younger, but
Oh yeah.
like, do you guys remember? Do you know who Smosh was by chance?
Yeah. Smosh.
How could you not know who Smosh is?
Fuck yeah.
Captain Sparkle.
Can we talk about how Tobuscus Nugget and a Biscuit is like coming back as a meme?
Nugget and a biscuit.
I don't know what you just said, but
Have you
we
heard
can
that
talk
song?
about whatever.
The Nugget and a Biscuit video that Tobuscus made like way back in 2010.
I remember that. Did you not see it?
I don't know who Tobuscus is.
Yeah, look up Nugget and a Biscuit.
It was so popular
I don't know
in my school.
Yeah.
Everybody was singing it all.
It was really popular, and then it died.
And then it died.
Like most things
Like
do.
most old memes.
But then, for some reason, it's
Oh, they're
back.
trends. They're just trends.
Do you think
It's back,
Do you
though.
think this means other things could come back?
Look at this shit.
I really hope not.
206 million. This is an ad. This has also been. There's a lot of advertising going around this, but this is Logan Paul in this new movie, The Thinning.
Okay.
This shit's been advertised for forever.
What's the thing?
So it's basically like people will, like, I think the population crisis gets so bad in the future that they pretty much have to exterminate some people and get rid of. And then Logan Paul is like the main character. I don't really know what he does though. He like disagrees with the system or something.
But yeah, sounds about right. Something's wrong with the world. Main character disagrees. Main character does something to fight against the system. Happily. Oh yeah, main character gets girl that also disagrees. Roll credits.
Thanks for that.
Yeah,
Chris.
that's-
I don't have to watch the movie now.
You don't have to watch. You basically don't have to watch any movie ever again.
ever again. So yeah, this Nugget and Biscuit thing came back hardcore.
Yeah, I don't know. I
But so this is like a.
Nugget and a biscuit, nugget, biscuit, nugget and a biscuit, nugget, biscuit, nugget and a biscuit. Give it all in mashed potato, nugget, biscuit, nugget and a biscuit.
This is it.
It's basically it.
Yeah, I get the premise.
There's a part where you dip the chicken, the chicken nugget covered biscuit in a barbecue sauce or something like that.
Yeah, so,
Oh shit, dude! Should we fast forward to that?
No. There's barbecue sauce.
I mean, you already
in it at some
spoiled it
point.
for everybody. But no,
If
this
you
is
don't
from
know
what,
it.
2011, and it's coming back now. I'm hearing it all the time.
That's weird. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I saw it on iFunny today.
if you guys could bring back any like old trend, what would it be?
Alex from Target. You guys remember?
That's funny.
Definitely bring back Dat Boy. Not gonna lie.
Dat Boy.
I-
Out. That's what you bring back.
Honestly, I thought Dat Boy was
Oh
hilarious.
shit! What up? It's Dat Boy.
Yeah.
Dat Boy. What's Dat Boy?
The frog on the
frog on the unicycle.
Yeah, the frog on the unicycle.
Oh
Have you seen
goodness,
that?
I'm learning a lot today.
Are you not well versed in memes, Jordan?
I'm not very well versed in memes. I know my YouTubers somewhat well, my old Viners, but that's about it.
Honestly, just download iFunny, and you'll get memes. You'll get them a little late
Okay.
because
Okay.
iFunny's kind of down in the
It's down on
filter.
the yeah. What's top? Reddit? You think?
For sure, Reddit and like
Then it goes
4chan.
Tumblr.
4chan and Reddit are the two.
I've heard Reddit can be really interesting too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for
Reddit's
sure.
It could be
actually-
anything you make. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
something I need to get Reddit. That's a cool idea.
Yeah.
But it kind of filters, a lot of stuff pops up on like 4chan and Reddit, and then it goes to different meme sites from there.
They kinda
and iFunny's
spread
pretty
out.
down on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
So,
gets
like, it takes a
but
few
it gets
days.
everything. You know, it pretty
It
much
does.
gets everything.
It's a
That's why
catch-all.
people
It
like
is for sure a
because it's
catch-all.
at the bottom of the meme ladder. So everything that falls off.
But it's your guys' personal preference.
I mean, it's easy. It's easy.
It's accessible.
Because on Reddit you have to like really look.
you have to really dig around.
Yeah, like you
Like
can't
the
really
memes
just
of
get on there and then there's memes.
My favorite
have to, like,
type
look for it.
of meme is memes that like groups create about each other, like
Yeah.
memes that are only relevant to like maybe 20 or 30 people.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are the best.
Those are really good.
Oh, you show them a Sleepy
Because
Boy.
then they're like inside
Which one's
jokes.
Sleepy Boy?
Nate Eaton. Did you know Nate Eaton?
No, duh.
Anyway, so
One of our pledge brothers.
he slept in a little late one morning, and
Ooh, that's a mistake.
yeah, so
I mean, we did it too, one time.
we did it. We had basically no consequences for that.
Yeah, we lucked out. We hardcore lucked out.
It always sucked whenever like during pledgeship, whenever somebody doesn't wake up for a morning meeting that lives off campus.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
That's the
That was
worst.
That happened to.
The worst time was what someone ended up at a girl's house, and passed out there. So we went to their
It was
dorm
Mabry,
and we
wasn't it?
couldn't find him. And then we eventually caught up with him because he came late. But yeah, there was no way we could get to him. We had no idea where he was.
Dang, where is it? It's in here somewhere. I gotta really dig for it. Because I didn't save it to my camera roll.
Ooh.
Oh,
Can you imagine?
boy.
I wonder how Alex from Target is doing right now.
Look at, like, where are they now?
Where are they now? In
Okay.
memes?
Or like Dan Daniel. That was I did I did
yeah.
not like that meme. That one wasn't funny.
That one I didn't understand for the longest. Like a week later, I was like, why is everybody saying that?
Yeah.
Because I was wearing white shoes that night. I was sober driving that night, actually. And this girl goes, I was wearing white shoes, and she's like, are you wearing white Vans or something? And I was
Damn.
like, yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you saying? I was like, this drunk bitch needs to get out of my backseat right now.
Damn, Daniel, can you imagine no context? Just someone calls you.
Well, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah,
She didn't
that's
really
so
explain
funny.
herself well at all, and I was so confused for like a few hours.
Like, what did you drink?
No, memes are my source of happiness in life. Not gonna lie.
Honestly, dude, do you guys enjoy sober driving? I swear to God, I actually like sober driving.
It's interesting.
I took
True.
a shift for 2 packs of cigarettes and a Taco Bell meal. Like,
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
Honestly,
No way.
I feel like now that I'm out of pledgeship, it'll be a lot better because I won't be getting screamed at by actives to come pick
Yeah,
them up.
and you can
Or
just-
you're fucking dead.
That's
if I don't.
You're totally right. You're totally like not being a pledge. It's a lot better.
Yeah. Apparently, you can just pick up whatever the fuck you want, whatever.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can just say, I'm too busy, go away. Call someone else.
absolutely.
What if Hunter picks up the phone? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck you.
The first time I sober drove, I had like 25 missed texts, and one of them was an active.
Oh, it's
and
overwhelming. The first time.
Yeah,
you do it, you're
I didn't.
What the
like,
fuck?
I was driving, and so I couldn't like look at these texts.
Oh no, you can join in if you want.
Yes. Hopping on the podcast, my
Yeah, I started a podcast recently. Alex has just joined the conversation.
Welcome. What's your opinion on memes?
Memes?
Yeah.
They're funny. Hilarious.
Hey,
Well put.
you want to get here?
Well put.
I'll scoot over so you can just get the mics right there, so it'll be easier to hear you.
Well put. Well
Yes,
put.
topic.
They're funny.
Alex is in
Memes
town
are
for
fun.
Good time.
Alex is in town for the tailgate tomorrow. He'll be waking up with us around 6 a.m. probably. We'll start drinking here at this house, throwing down.
Oh, vulnerability as a man in a relationship.
Oh yeah, let's get on some of those other topics.
Let's do it.
skip this one. I don't like that one. I don't ever like talking about that one. It gets too
I
much.
can get
What happens after death?
No.
Or God.
Just God, yeah.
Yeah, true,
That
true.
one gets too much for me. I can't really handle that because everyone's got their own opinion, and then it's just like, what do you do?
Well, narcissistic millennials, dude. Like, I think our generation's extremely narcissistic. What do you-
for
like, I
sure.
feel like nobody talks about Instagram and like psychologically how it's fucking with like how it's affecting mainly women. That's what I'm
Yeah.
kind of. I don't know, dude. Like,
But the whole problem with generational stuff like that is that it's the same for every generation. Like, what's the one before us? Generation X or whatever? And then the baby boomers before that? Yeah, the baby boomers looked at Generation X the same way they look at us. And
Right,
it's
right.
happened throughout history.
well, I'm
like
just
that.
saying, like, I think it's healthy to like question your behavior as like as
Right.
a culture.
They can't accept change.
I never thought about like Instagram as like a whole other social like level for especially girls.
Yeah.
Because I post like maybe once every 6 months.
I just
Right.
posted on Instagram a picture of a Mountain Dew
can.
a Mountain Dew holiday brew can.
How to be festive.
How to be
Social media
festive.
perspective of girls can make men worry within relationships as well. That's a big time.
Wait, say that again.
Social media can make men worry within relationships. That's a big time thing for basically 30-year-olds, people 10 years older than us. I've dealt with it plenty of times because
Really?
they're new to it, and the women love the new attention.
Yeah.
So they're just
Get those
thriving on it.
DMs.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's a good point. And then because they're still like in the adolescent
It's not necessarily-
stages of dealing with social media, so they don't really know the norms and like the etiquette behind it.
Right.
So and then that dopamine floods their mind, and they don't really know how to handle it as well as like our generation would.
It's not necessarily as effective to ours
Right.
because we're used to it.
Yeah, we grew up with it.
Hobbies. Importance of hobbies, but also what are your hobbies?
My hobbies?
Yeah, what are your hobbies?
I like to paint. I like jujitsu.
Yeah, I saw
I like
you,
soccer.
You had some cool paintings.
Yeah, there's one right there. So that was my first painting ever.
That's dope.
It's like a meditating man, and like colors coming out of his head, I guess.
That's cool. You know, podcasting too. I guess that's a new hobby of
Yeah,
yours.
true. Just this year, I've like taken up probably like 5 or 6 different hobbies. I started reading a fuck ton this year. I read like 30 books this year versus
Damn.
like last year I read like none.
Yeah.
I was always that kid in high school that like would make it by without like reading a single book.
I was the opposite. I like to read in high school, but then now, my senior year and this year, I have tried to avoid reading as much as possible.
Really?
I don't know. I just
Okay.
don't have the time for it anymore.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
I have a philosophy class, and he has us reading a lot for that, and it's hard to keep.
I hate reading for school, man. Like,
I didn't read
Yeah,
the
it's
being
GEP.
forced
I
to
didn't
learn shit.
I didn't read the GEP book either.
Uh-huh.
We had to read this book for GEP called The Good Food Revolution.
Yeah, I didn't read that.
I didn't touch that book.
Really?
I got an A on my paper though.
Yeah.
That dude came in.
I didn't even have to write a
and,
paper.
He came in and signed books. That dude, he was here like 2 weeks ago or something, right?
Yeah. Will
I was
Allen.
wondering, okay. I saw some girl reading that. I was like, oh, people are actually reading that.
Yeah,
It's
no.
good for him, I guess.
We didn't even have to write a paper. We just took some like quizzes throughout the reading that I just looked through the book
Right.
for. Actually, one of them I just had my friend do. So, I mean, it's like GEP's useless. Like,
Yeah.
it really is a useless class.
I took it while I was going to school in Chicago, and so I don't know like what you guys do here. What do you guys kind of cover? 'Cause that's like a freshman intro class, right?
And they make transfer they make transfer students take it too.
Oh,
Like
no shit.
even people like who've like been in college
They
and
didn't make
are
me take
adults really. Well, I have a transfer student in my English class that said that she had to take it.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like she's an
It's
adult.
not
she's,
helpful at all,
She's
yeah.
she's military. Like she just got out of the military.
Oh, what the fuck? Should I
and
take that?
they made her take it.
Mine was all Buddhism. Mine was like all about Buddhism and like Christianity, like just different religions. It was weird. I was like, I don't.
We
know.
talking about the same GEP?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the one in Chicago?
Yeah, this is in
That's-
Chicago.
that's fair.
Where'd
This
you
was
go
at a
in
Catholic
Chicago?
school. It was called Dominican
Oh, Catholic
University.
school.
I went there and played soccer my first year, and then ended
That's
up
cool.
fucking hating it. And then
Yeah.
I quit the soccer team halfway through, and then the rest of the semester I kind of just spent exploring the city of Chicago and making YouTube videos.
But we talked about why GEP is useless in my English class the other day, and I mean, it's the thought is there, you know. It's trying to help people who struggle, who might have trouble transitioning into college, but that's like, I feel like a small amount of people,
Right.
and then the rest of people who can kind of function in college are just like, well, this is useless.
I would love to see, like, statistically speaking, like,
It's actually-
difference between, like, I guess graduation rate for, with and without a GEP.
That's the thing, is that statistically it actually has helped.
Probably
Really?
because it's an A on your.
Yeah, it's an A on transcripts, easy A, and the people that don't need the help, obviously, easy A for them, and then the people that do need the help actually do find use from it, so
Right.
that obviously will increase.
I don't think mine was an easy A, to be honest. I don't even know if I
Down here,
You took it at a different school though.
Yeah, true.
Yours sounds like it was actually. I would have actually put effort into your class.
One day I got 10 extra credit points just for showing up to class. Because it was
Yeah.
like the one right before fall break. And he's like, oh, I didn't expect this much attendance. You all get 10 points.
That's
like,
what's up.
all right.
My GP teacher hates me because I make a lot of sarcastic, smart-ass comments. in class.
Sounds like you.
It's me during high school in that class, right? Because
Okay,
it's just
okay.
like a second. It's like another high school class. I feel like.
Are you a pretty sarcastic guy?
I was the jackass in high school that
Really?
fucked with all the
Wait,
teachers.
where'd you go to high school at?
Smithville High School up in
Okay.
Kansas City.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never thought about it, but you definitely would be
Oh yeah. No,
that guy.
I fucked with my teachers all the time, and it was a great time because most of them liked it. Most of them thought it was really funny. I think I had a couple that didn't, and usually I would like tone it down with them.
Right.
My calculus teacher, I'd never said anything in that class to him, like sarcastically, because I was like, no, this is a serious class, and this is a serious man. I can't even joke with this guy.
Yeah, you gotta like kind of feel the teacher out a little bit.
But most
My
of my
calculus teacher, we had a problem a day, and on day 69, we had a 69 party, and we all brought in the 69 themed food. It was so weird.
Was your teacher in all this?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, he told us about it. When he did it.
Though my calculus teacher was cool because one time for his birthday I bought him a bag of Skittles and he let me sit in his rolly chair.
Hey.
So that was lit. That was a good time.
That's pretty cool. I've never really heard of many adults glorifying the number 69.
No, it was funny. He's a kid at heart. That's the way to be.
Favorite number, baby.
My
That's a go-to for like indoor soccer teams. Like kids will always like put like 69 on their jerseys. And
Or that dude that we saw at the soccer game last night, whose name was J Money,
and he had a $100 bill.
$100 sign
I've seen
100.
that. Yeah.
It's like
that was on Fiji, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, dude.
Dude, I felt like I was playing on ice that game, man. It was so wet and I had indoor shoes on. I was just slipping around.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, you
That was
won,
annoying, that dude.
Yeah, we won.
But we had people making fun of him from the sideline the whole game.
Yeah,
Put your J money where your mouth is.
Or get it dollar sign money because his nickname's J Money. Did you get it, guys? Just making fun of him. It was funny.
What a time.
I like what is that? What's that word for when you like yell at people on the field from the sidelines?
Oh, heckling.
Heckling's funny.
You're a heckler.
I'm not even.
I
really
think you're a
heckling.
hardcore heckler. There's a reason why you won the Spirit Award at the game. The $250.
Nah, dude. I won
bet you're heckling the whole time.
No.
You won $250?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was at the Missouri State
Actually,
game, and he was just being loud. And
I played sports. No, I played sports for most of my life, and heckling's never really been my thing because I just don't. I find it rude.
Right.
But I think it's hilarious when other people do it.
Right,
I just
right.
never do it myself. So there were people heckling.
Like you don't want to be that guy.
Yeah,
Right.
but there were
You are
people
that guy, though, Chris.
I'm that guy when I'm talking to people I know. I don't like to talk to people like that I don't know, because maybe they're going through a hard time.
Good point,
Heckling just
good
doesn't help. But it's really funny when other people do it. It's fun. But yeah, what happened was I was just sitting up in the stands. This dude comes up the stairs. He's like, "Hey, who wants to watch the game from the field?" And I instantly raised my hand. He's like, "All right, cool, just you." I was like, "All right." And then I went down there, and they said they were going to make me juggle in front of everyone. And this was family weekend, so there was hella people there.
What, this is like second week of pledgeship?
Yeah. And so I was just like, I guess I'll try. And then they brought me out there. They're like, "All right, this is Chris. Chris, are you ready to juggle in front of all these people?" I was like, ready as I'll ever be. And he's like, "All right, well, before you start doing that, don't turn around."
Do you know how to juggle?
No.
Oh, shit.
I know the like the method of how to juggle. I just can't do it.
Okay.
Like, I know
No, I know what you mean. Like,
how
you
to,
throw,
but I
you
can't.
hold two in like one hand,
Yeah.
and then one in the other. You throw one up, and you're in the one with two.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the other one up, and then you keep going.
In middle school, summer school, I actually did take a juggling class.
No shit.
Yeah, I didn't learn anything. Never could actually get it. I can juggle like tissue paper though, because that was a different type
Wait,
of juggling
what?
they did. Yeah.
You crunch it up?
No,
put it in a ball?
you use you throw it up.
Oh, so that's
And
how you learn.
because it's floating paper, so
Absolutely.
it like flows. That's not even how we learn. That's just.
I'm not impressed by that.
I'm not
skill.
either.
Yeah,
I'm not- I feel
It's
like
not.
I hate
It's
that.
not impressive, but I can kind of juggle in that sense. But yeah, so they
only
said
juggle
don't.
soccer.
They're like don't turn around, and then I turned around, and there was two cheerleaders holding a giant check for $250.
What if you
No
didn't turn
shit.
around? Do you think they wouldn't have given it to you?
No.
You're just standing there?
I don't know. I think they would have been like, all right, now turn around.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what paid for his formal ticket, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys pumped for formal? Are you going?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I went to
Good
New
for
Orleans
you guys.
right before college. I went to New Orleans right before college. It was a Red Dress Day, which they do like one particular day every year, and I didn't even know it was going on. But I went to Bourbon Street, and like everyone was there in red dresses, guys, girls. It's like Mardi
Wait,
Gras.
guys were
down
wearing red dresses?
Yeah.
I've heard
yeah.
the culture of New Orleans.
It's like
so
a culture
unique.
shock. Like literally walking through Bourbon Street, I was like actually confused. Like I had culture shock. Like
Right,
it was
right.
weird, but like it's a great, cool place. And like there was a bunch of flooding right before we went too.
Uh-huh.
So all the streets are closed, but the sidewalks are open in Bourbon Street. So it was completely packed. Like actually like shoulder to shoulder with everyone. To get from one side to the other took like an hour.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's just a constant party. It's
You've been there for Mardi Gras?
it was for Red Dress Day, so like I can't even imagine Mardi Gras. That
New
was
Orleans is considered a haunted city
yeah,
because
no,
of all the natives and then Africans from back in the slavery days. They'd migrate there because they were accepted, and they would have their own religions
Okay.
because they didn't want to lose them, and particularly voodoo.
Yeah.
And so they'd make like blood sacrifices and all that.
Yeah, have you seen American
We went to a
Horror
voodoo
Story?
shop.
That was
down there.
real big in New Orleans. So
It still is. There's, like, lots of voodoo
there's
shops.
still tons of antique voodoo shops, but there's plenty of conspiracies on how New Orleans, the ghost can walk at night.
There's so many
Oh,
haunted
wow.
The whole
Vamp-
entire city.
I think
because-
vampires too. Like that's a.
Do you guys?
Yeah,
I
there's a
haven't
bit.
seen it. I watched
No.
this crazy documentary the other day on his History Channel, and they were trying to. This guy, they claimed he had PTSD. He was a former Marine, and he kept hearing voices in his head.
Right.
And so this was right before Hurricane Katrina. Okay, so like 2008, I think it is, or along those lines.
Uh-huh.
And so a lot of people were fleeing, and him and his girlfriend, who's a tattoo artist, don't know how that's relevant, but they chose to stay. You know how some people choose to stay,
So fucking
not
stupid.
not leave their house. Well, they chose to stay. I mean, they didn't die, but they lived directly over a voodoo shop. Below them, they're an apartment. So they're saying that all the entities down there had nothing to lurk onto negative energy, so they just targeted him. I mean, the man ended up like going clinically insane during that time because of all the flooding. So they thought it was because of poverty and all this that he ended up strangling his girlfriend and then cutting her up into like little pieces.
What the fuck?
And then he like
What the
he
fuck?
put
This
it in
just
his
took a
blender.
turn.
He
Yeah.
put it in his blender and then his like what's it called? You know, you got that drain in your sink, the sewage
Garbage
thing?
disposal.
Garbage
Yeah.
disposal. So he does all this, and he gets charged with murder because he ends up hiding it all. That's how he's trying to hide it, but he still gets caught after the end of the hurricane. And so he has a plea for insanity. I mean, I think he gets it, but the whole point is there are people supporting him in a documentary, like people who are like ghost whisperers, and they're trying to say that necessarily they think he was possessed.
Like a negative energy pretty much hijacked his consciousness.
And he was only like a third person spectator of what his body was doing.
What the
That's
fuck?
insane. Is that
They're
what he
trying to
said
say
happened?
that stuff like that has been going on in New Orleans for the past like 100 years.
Have you seen American Horror Story?
It was called History or Haunted History on History Channel. You seen that show?
Yeah,
That's what it was on. It was one of those segments.
but
A big part of the tourism in New Orleans is vampire tours, murders in New Orleans, ghost tours. There's so many of
He
them.
was a
I would
former
love
Marine.
to. Do you guys believe in ghosts?
No, I went on the ghost tour.
I know there's entities. I don't know if you can necessarily have as much freedom as they describe a ghost can have.
Right, right. Yeah, it's so loose, like so like open to interpretation. I don't know, like as far as the abilities to connect.
The ability
with.
to like go anywhere you want is a spirit. I mean, I think that they maybe latched onto something, or maybe who knows? Maybe they just have complete free roam over the world. Because you hear so many different sides of it. Like, oh, I'm only attached to you, or I'm only attached to this house. But then you hear other people say that they can walk and roam cities. I mean, what is the limit to their
I probably
abilities?
hear the like attached to something the most because it seems like my understanding
They
of
can't
ghosts and
leave.
like the
They stay here because they have a conflict.
yeah exactly. That's why they haven't passed on to the light
Yeah.
kind of deal.
Yeah.
I don't believe in ghosts, but the ghost tour was really interesting in New Orleans. Like,
Really?
they went through all these haunted houses where like weird murders and stuff happened, like what you said, like people just wigging out and like killing people. Or
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
There's
insane.
tons of stuff
There's a
going
ton of
on
that.
there.
I really want to go on the murders
They have something
of
in
New
St.
Orleans
Charles like that.
tour.
The tour, it's a haunted tour of like a cellar down below Main Street.
No shit.
Yeah.
I have a
St.
farm right
Charles?
next to Main Street.
What?
In St. Charles.
That's
like,
wild.
It's just recently started up. I went up there for,
Dude, I would love to check
it's
that
like
out.
Oktoberfest. What is that
Oktoberfest.
festival with the German brewery?
Yeah, Oktoberfest.
yeah.
Yeah, so that was going on later towards Oktoberfest, like around 9 o'clock, they'd all herd up and they'd take a tour and they'd go down in this alley and then there's a stairwell and they go down in the cellar. And they were saying that at night you can hear screams and all
That's
this stuff.
crazy. And more than that, it's like I feel like it's like sensing a presence. Because back in high school, like sophomore year of high school, me and my buddies were like obsessed. Since we just got our license.
Zombie Road got big. Or no, you're from Chicago.
No, I'm from St. Louis.
Oh, you're from St. Louis?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Zombie Road?
Yep, I've been there. Bubblehead Road. But we that was one of the spots we went. We went like everywhere in St. Louis. There's this place called I want to call it Devil's. It was Devil's something, but apparently this like really crazy. I don't remember the backstory to be honest. But anyway, the craziest like place we ever went was this place where apparently it was an old slave house, and where like they would like hang slaves and whatnot. dude, this shit was creepy, man. Like, just the sense of presence. So we drive up, park at the spot, like pretty much break into this house, to be completely honest with you. And
It happens.
It's this old, it happens. It's this old ass house. We go in this room, right? The presence that was in there was so bizarre. All that's sitting in there is a fucking, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. All that's in there is a chair and a very small doll that's like a monkey.
Oh, that's weird.
This
dude.
doll was creepy, man. And that's all that's in this fucking room. It's completely empty except this one chair and this doll. And we end up going down into the cellar. And the presence there was kind of weird, but honestly, it was this one room that, like, just the entire, you could sense something was there. Like, that probably is why I believe in ghosts.
Yeah,
Didn't manage to
I would
touch
have just, I
the
would have
monkey doll, did you?
I don't know if we did. I think, I'm 100% positive we left it there.
That
but
probably was your best decision.
I don't think, it's
Yeah,
probably-
definitely don't take that. If you,
No, you didn't touch it.
I went and broke into an old prison building,
No shit.
and I don't know if I really felt a presence. It was really weird and kind of creepy.
Was there a backstory behind this, or like a
I don't think
gossip backstory kind of
I
deal?
think it was. I have no idea. I didn't even know what the building was, but we concluded that it was either an old prison or an old storage building.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of like old windows and doors and stuff like that from like the windows with the circle in the middle,
Right.
and then like the cross stuff to support the glass for like the visitation area. And I found a smoke grenade, a used smoke grenade. So that was my loot.
room?
Yeah, that was my
Yeah,
loot
that's
from the night. But then there was this one room that had like a bunch of just shoes in it.
that's weird.
That was the weirdest room out of all of it. Oh, also we went in through a window, and there was just this bird just kind of hovering, like
Wait, like a living bird?
yeah, a living bird flying, but it was just flying in place.
What the fuck? Wait, like a hummingbird almost.
I don't know. I didn't
Where
get a
it's
good
like
look at
where
it.
its wings flapping?
Yeah, that was right where we went in. And so
It's
I was like,
weird, but also, I mean, like it might just be like a normal bird.
yeah,
No, I feel-
but it was still weird.
At the summer
true,
camp I
true,
worked
absolutely.
at, we had a bunch of like passed down ghost stories and shit, and like I never really believed them at first. But it was the person I was working with, my co-counselor. There's this place called Pioneer Village, and it's like a bunch of these old cabins built in like the 60s and stuff.
Okay.
And they're like all run down and shit, and she was in there getting firewood to make a fire for dinner or whatever. And so she's collecting firewood in this one cabin, and then turns around and sees a little boy with like scrapes on his knees, and he doesn't say anything. And he's just there, and she's like, "What's going on? Are you okay?" And he doesn't say anything. And then she like turns around to look for his parents, and then she sees a flash in the window, and he's gone. And like she freaks out, immediately sprints up the hill, and like she said, she was like, "That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen," and shit like that. Like I can't even imagine. Like apparently homeless people live there sometimes, but the kid just disappeared, like nowhere to be seen. That's insane. Yeah. Like, that would be terrifying.
Whoa.
Also, there's one cabin 22, and I've heard this from at least 6 or 7 people when they
This sounds like straight out of a movie, Cabin 22.
Yeah, no, it's wild. So apparently, I've heard this from at least 6 or 7 people, like, firsthand, like, they felt this happen. So, at night, there's, like, this shadowy figure that lives in the cabin. And, so one of my friends, named Katie, she, gets up because she hears one of her kids crying. So she goes over to the kid, and nothing's happened. Like, there's no crying or anything, but she still hears it, like, right there. And then she turns around and, like, sees the shadowy figure, like, standing there. And so she's, like, freaking the fuck out. She leaves the cabin, comes back in, still hears the crying, and just goes to bed and wakes up. And then, like, I've heard stories of that exact shadowy
left
figure
her
from
kid
different
there?
people. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Just leave the kid out there.
There's like 12 kids in there. They'll be fine. They can just annoy the spirit away. But no, I don't fuck with Cabin 22. I never go in there.
Yeah, fuck Cabin 22.
It's a girls' cabin, so I don't never have to.
Oh, thank you.
So people actually, they still stay in there?
Yeah, they
With
still
all these
use it.
stories going on.
Yeah, it's weird because there's so many people from different years. Like, we talk to alumni, and like they tell the same story,
That's crazy.
which is absolutely wild. Like,
That's like the evidence To me, that's like the strongest evidence whenever there's like consistency.
It's one place, the same shadowy figure, same weird shit going on.
Consistency, man.
From different people. That's what freaks me out about it. I don't even believe in ghosts. I'm like, I don't touch that cabin.
Right. Well, if you don't believe in them, why don't you touch it?
Because I don't know, man. Because maybe.
True.
You don't want to believe.
I don't want to believe.
And
for
that
sure.
would make you.
That would make me. If I saw.
Make you vulnerable.
Yeah.
You gonna learn today.
He's going in there. Go up in cabin 20. You gonna learn today.
That's
You get that
weird.
flat on your ass.
That's weird. Should get a ghost whisper in there. Get the spirit out.
It might just be fake and just want to scare you. Tell you a bunch of shit's going on in there.
Yeah.
My sister
See the look on your face.
My sister used to watch a show called Ghost Whisperer, and the main character had huge tits.
That's how I remember.
I think her name was Jennifer Love Hewitt. Is that a person?
That
That sounds like a
familiar
person.
name.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was a pretty famous celebrity. She's pretty hot. She's a good actor too. Talented lady. Shout out.
Shout out Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, whenever you
She'll be
listen
on.
to
She'll be on
this.
the podcast next week. Would you guys ever mess with a Ouija board?
Oh.
You
I
had?
did when I was younger.
Why?
Did it work?
It worked, but now that I look back on it, the kid that I did it with, so it was me, like nobody on the soccer team wanted to. It was, so, gotta rewind a little bit. So I'm really jumpy around on stories sometimes. So I'm on a soccer tournament out of town. We're in an old hotel, and we decided to break out this Ouija board. And nobody wants to touch this fucking thing except I'm like,
Wait,
all about it.
pause real quick. Just break out the Ouija board, you know.
Who's got the Ouija? Who
has a Ouija board?
brings that?
I think I want to say we talked about it at soccer practice, and then somebody's like, "Dude, bring the Ouija board this weekend. We'll play with it." And anyway, so we end up with this thing. Nobody wants to fucking touch this except for me and the kid that ended up bringing it. So
Right.
now that I look back on it, I think he may have been doing it for attention because I think he was kind of like a little bit. Nothing against the guy. I think he was just a little bit insecure and like he felt really
Right.
cool on the team, you know?
Right.
Just now that I start to think about it, but he swears that nobody was moving it. I can say all my life, on my mom's life, that like I was not moving it whatsoever, and it was giving us like this answers to our questions. And apparently another kid he asked the Ouija board when he was gonna die, which is kind of a bizarre question. One, I don't even want to know the answer to that.
Yeah, who would want to know that?
Yeah, really. But I guess it's kind of fun to like know like your expiration date, like because then you can start living
Did it
life.
spell it out?
Well, it said he was gonna die on a bus when he was 90 years old or something, like in a bus accident.
That all on the Ouija board?
Yeah,
This
this
spells
was.
it out.
U.S.
Did it do it quickly or not?
A-C-C.
I want to say it was more like yes and no
I-D-E-N-T.
questions, more than like.
That would
like
be easier because like I had the same sort of experience with somebody I knew, and thinking back at it, it freaked the hell out of me. But like you said, I don't know if he just was messing with me
Right,
because he owned one. I mean, he could have just very well wanted to spook everybody who wanted to touch it, and then I was the only one who stepped up. And
there's attention to be
you're
gained.
vulnerable.
Absolutely. And like
mine were just yes or no questions. Nothing. And when it was spelt, it wasn't like it was just like.
Right.
You always see that in scary movies. It starts off really slow, and then like as the mood starts to like heighten, everything starts getting scarier. So it's moving around on itself really fucking fast.
Yeah.
And then you let go of it and still move.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Like the premise of a Ouija board was. I didn't think you had to put your actual hand on there.
Oh, you thought it would just move around on its own?
Yeah.
As a spirit?
That's what
really
when
twisted
I was
spirit.
really
Good,
young.
I guess.
Yeah.
A friend of mine had a Ouija board, and he's like, "Hey, let's go to a cemetery, guys." And I was like, "No."
I've done one at a cemetery as well. But we can tell you.
Jordan, you wild.
Why?
I did a lot of like ghost shit.
What the hell's wrong
In
with
the
you?
basement. That was it. Under a stairwell, and that was it.
Did it on a couple trails though.
On a trail.
I did not participate, but I watched it happen.
That thing freaked me the hell out. I ended up throwing it in the garbage bin. He got mad at me because I didn't tell him about it.
No shit.
He was like, "Where'd it go?" I was like, "Oh, I threw that in your trash last week."
Was this under the stairs of like an old house?
Yeah.
Okay.
At that same summer camp, we caught kids.
And he even lit
doing a Ouija
candles
board.
for it and all that crap.
Yeah.
Do what?
Lit candles.
In
the
cabin
light turned out
22.
everything. No.
Yeah.
No
In
actual
cabin-
external
Yeah,
light.
so we have like taglines after our cheers.
That's crazy.
And one of
I
them ended
mean,
up being
I'm sure that's what plenty of people
Ouija.
done, but to me,
Because we
That was
found
pretty
and played
fucked
Ouija
up.
board.
Yeah, absolutely. What was your experience like with the Ouija board?
I didn't ever do it. I just watched it happen, and it didn't really seem out of the normal, but it was definitely spooky. Just the thought of
the time I did it like a haunted place, it didn't work because the place we went to was an old house that the deck in the back collapsed with like a ton of people back in the 80s, and like 10 people died or something. It was also really creepy because there were like graves within the family from like the 1800s. And we tried it out there, but it didn't work.
Damn.
Which makes you question if it even fucking worked the first time.
Right.
I almost want to hit up the people that we did it with.
Hit up Cabin 22.
Cabin 22.
I would do it. I'm kind of extreme when it comes to like ghost shit.
Yeah, I can tell. You're a fucking ghost hunter.
I'm a pussy. I would never do that.
Yeah, I barely watch scary movies. Like, I have to be like really in the right mood.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I quit watching movies in like haunted houses because I just don't get scared. And I was.
I think I've seen maybe 5 scary movies in my whole life.
Which ones?
One was about like this devil on an elevator. It was kind of a
Ooh, have you seen
The Devil
VHS?
Inside or something.
something like
Wait,
that.
what'd you
It was
say?
kind of
Have you seen VHS?
yeah,
The whole
I heard
time
that
the
one's
elevator
crazy
keeps
good.
freaking stopping
I
and
saw
starting,
that.
and everybody's just like,
yeah,
and the lights are flickering,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you keep seeing a devil in the midst of them.
yeah. Like, and then each time the light goes off, someone dies or some shit like that.
Okay.
So that was my first one actually, and then I watched the Annabelle movie. I think
Conjuring.
Conjuring.
I did not.
That's
the best
probably the
movie.
only one. I never really liked horror movies at all until I met my girlfriend. But the Conjuring series I followed with, and it wasn't necessarily that scary. It was so interesting because it's talking about
Real events.
Yeah,
and then also it's
yo,
on
as soon as something scary happens and it's based off real events, miss me with that shit.
Right.
Fucking miss me with that shit.
you into like what's it called, exorcisms at all?
Like
Like the movies on
demonic shit.
exorcism, because Exorcist,
That's kinda
the
what
movie,
the
to me is
Annabelle
too
one
old
is.
to get in touch with. Like I can't connect with it because it's just so old.
Or wait,
So when The Conjuring came out, it was sort of like that, and then it's a new factor. It's
or wait,
like a
is
modern
the
movie, so it's
Conjuring the
interesting.
old one? Or
No, the
There's
Exorcist.
The Conjuring 1, 2, and all that.
No,
The
okay,
Exorcist
no, I'm
isn't
thinking-
even, it's not even connected, but to me they seem
I'm
like
thinking-
similar movies.
I'm
Based
thinking
on
like the-
descriptions. I've never watched.
Well,
an
it's because it's
Exorcist
a
movie.
demonic presence instead of like
ghost.
an apparition.
what was
Yeah.
what was the movie where the girl goes into the TV?
That's the Ring.
No, that's the one where the girl comes out of the TV.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No, like this little girl, a part of this family, some kind of like spirit shit happens, and then she ends up in the TV, and like some kind of spirit world.
Oh,
Is it
like,
where it's fuzzy?
Yeah.
was it The Ring?
And she they're here, and then
It's not the Ring.
Yeah, I know it's not The Ring. That
Oh, I know a movie that it's just fuzzy and you can hear her voice.
Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, "How would you get in?" And he bangs it. And there's like, isn't there like this tree outside of the house?
Yeah.
It's like alive.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's
this
old.
movie.
It's old. But they
Yeah.
remade it, and I watched the new one, and it's pretty good.
That's what I did too.
I
but
don't remember
I
the
cannot
first
tell you the
movie.
movie.
Look it up, because that's really buggy.
It's really That's a
Really
messed up
bugging me.
movie.
Wait, what's the name of it?
We don't know.
We don't know. It's just like this. It's
Just
this,
look up
it's
on
this
Google.
It's what's it called?
They're
A
here.
wielding willow or something. That's the name of the tree or something.
I really don't mind the ones
And
that
it's
are
like really gloomy looking, and all the trees like that looks like he has these bristles that are like hair, and it's real long, like, and it's just real gloomy. And at night, the thing comes alive, and it like comes into a windowsill.
Look up "Girl in the." No, that'll definitely come up with The Ring. Scary movie where girl gets stuck in the TV.
I really don't mind scary movies that are like ghosts or
With a
demons or
wilting
anything.
willow. What the?
I don't really.
I don't mind those, but like ones that are like psychological, like people who are insane doing like
Gloomy-
crazy shit, because that stuff
gloomy
could
looking
totally
tree.
happen.
Yeah, stuff like that. Also, any scary movie that takes place in a house, I
I'm
try
just-
to avoid.
I'm not
Just
scared.
because I live in a
know
house.
the name
Well,
of the
now I
tree.
don't. Honestly, now I could do it because I live in a
This
dorm.
tree
Right.
sits outside
But
her
when I lived from home, I could not watch
Her
anything that
window.
happened in
and comes and gets her.
a.
That's fair.
Because
Turns her on.
I definitely feel that.
I would feel unsafe in my own home, and I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling.
Can't watch house movies. What about Monster House? Could you watch that?
Oh, I love Monster House. That was a classic.
That's the scariest movie I've ever seen.
What about that movie where like I don't remember the name of it either, but it's like a dark basement and it's like completely quiet, right? Mm-hmm. And you hear a little.
You just hear
And the whole premise of it is that this girl's in the basement
fart.
queefing.
Wait, really? Is that real?
No.
I definitely was with you
I
through that
can't believe
whole
I
thing.
believed.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Is that it?
Poltergeist?
That sounds like
That's the one where
That's
it's
the
like.
recent movie that was just remade.
That's the one where they're like the video
2015?
cameras, right?
Yeah, click the trailer for it. I mean, I've seen that one, but I don't think that's it.
Dude, that sounds like some shit I would eat. Like
Poltergeist
like a
is
nice
like
steak.
something in a closet.
You guys want to call us quits on this?
I don't know. You got anything else you want to ask us?
Ooh. Yeah, let's ask one more good question.
One more good question. Oh, I got one. If you were suddenly to become a master of woodworking, what would you make?
Master of woodworking?
Yeah.
It's a unique question.
Yeah.
He's a unique guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same idea. Like if you had a 3D printer, what would you print?
Yeah, but I mean,
It's more
with
artistic.
wood. It's more artistic as well as.
Can you only make one thing?
No, like what's the
Like you
first thing that
become-
you make? Like what would be the coolest thing that you would want to make? Like first thing.
A cooler.
Shut up, Ben. Ben, fuck you.
Maybe an ark.
Yeah.
You just build an
Shut up,
ark.
bro.
Why not?
It's like
Just in case, you know.
Honestly,
I want to be ready.
honestly, I'd probably
A koozie. A bottle opener.
a wooden bottle opener. What'd you have to make that out of? Like walnut?
I don't know, man. I'm not actually a master woodworker.
Oh, you
That's the
aren't?
question.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
But I'd probably make like a
wooden dildo.
no.
You get splinters.
It's like
Not if you put
Sand
like,
Not you lacquered it.
not if you lacquered it like any sane person would. Anyway, I'd probably make like a giant windmill. Honestly, I think
Why?
that'd be
Giant
What are you
windmill?
gonna do with
windmill.
that?
I'd live in it. I think that'd be the coolest thing.
But
Live in
that's
a
not
windmill.
all woodwork. There's masonry involved. You
Is
can make
there?
the mill.
I mean, you
Oh,
can.
I would build a treehouse.
No, a
Like
windmill.
on a redwood in California.
That
That would be dope.
That would be cool.
good luck getting the permits for that.
Yeah, really. Off the grid,
Dude,
baby.
fuck them. Yeah, who needs permits?
Who needs permits? I'm gonna go into federal lands.
I actually have a friend who I don't know. If he's, I don't think he's living by the redwoods, but he's living up in like northern California. So this is a friend of mine. Like here, he goes to school here, but his cousin apparently lives off the grid with like a little like community up in northern California.
I think
Well, they're
that'd be
not very
cool.
off the grid if you know about it.
Well, he
And now
knows about
everyone
it because
knows
it's his
about
cousin, but that's it.
Now everyone knows about it.
Oh shit! Exposed! Exposed!
No, everyone knows about it.
They're gonna kill you.
I think Donald Trump might listen to this. To be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Email it to
The
him.
man himself. Donald Trump, if you're listening right now,
Keep up the good work. Honestly,
I have nothing to say.
I love your work. Keep it up.
He's a controversial topic.
Oh.
Keep on grabbing them right in the pussy.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
Everyone
many
forgot
good
about
memes.
Oh, there's so much shit, man. They make you look the other way.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look over here. With
Has he-
this
I
shit
haven't
that's
really-
even
It's all
worse.
bread and circus.
that. I haven't been keeping up with politics since he's been in office. Has he done any bad shit yet? Do you know of?
Honestly, dude, I try to stay away from politics as much as possible as well.
I try to stay away from politics, but I like to stay with current events, and sometimes that
Right,
involves
right.
politics. I just want to know if he's like been passing any dumb laws or anything.
I've heard like something about birth control. He kind of made this big thing, and then he took away women the right to get birth control or something, which is kind of fucked.
That's super fucked.
Whoa.
See, why would guys not want girls to have birth control? That's my question.
But also, birth control, like, this is. I found this interesting. I was listening to a podcast about some girl that was like an expert about birth control, or like just knew something about it, and trying to add credibility to her, but I don't really know like how much she knew. But anyway, she said that apparently like women, they can kind of like sense, almost like smell who they're attracted to and who they would mate well with, and whenever they're on birth control, they're unable to detect that, which is kind of bizarre if you think about like it.
real?
Interesting.
Like, I don't know. Like, if you ever talk to a girl about birth control and like the effects they have to go through, like, it's kind of fucked, honestly.
I haven't ever talked to a girl. I've never met a girl that's on birth control.
Really?
Shit, really?
Is that real?
Well, I mean, I never
Like,
like
so many
met
girls
one.
are.
Well, I've probably met a ton that are, but like I've never met one
Like,
that
dude,
like.
I've
Yeah.
only ever been with one girl who's not on birth control ever. I hate having like that fear in my head, like 97% effective,
Right.
like 3%. I hate that.
Condoms are 3% effective. Is that what you just said?
97. I thought. Are they 93?
I don't know. I mean, you know what?
Either
You
way,
know what
it's
else?
not
Either way, it's not 100.
You know what's
yeah.
100% effective? My pullout game.
That's not true.
That is true.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I have 100.
You just said you almost got a
100%.
girl pregnant.
Yeah, I know, but she was lying. No, she was lying because she was crazy.
Dude, speaking of that shit, this crazy fucking bitch back in 7th grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
She convinced me because my best friend at the time lived in my neighborhood, had sex with this girl on the side of a movie theater outside. Yeah, in 7th grade.
In 7th grade.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a G!
I
What
know.
a G!
I can't even imagine it being anywhere near
She
good during 7th
convinced
grade.
me just to turn me against my friend that she was pregnant. She had him scared for like a few months until like there was no baby bump or anything.
Yeah.
Just to get attention, dude.
Wow.
I ended up telling one person in 7th grade, like thinking a 7th grader could keep a fucking secret.
Wrong.
And I walk up to him telling all like the like popular kids, air quotes over popular, all the like popular kids or whatever. And I was just like 10 of them at once, and I was just like, dude, what the fuck? Like, now everybody knows. My friend, like, we were never, like, that tight after that because
Right.
Wow.
I learned a valuable lesson, though. Don't trust crazy people.
Yeah, the first girl I was messing around with up here, I found out from someone on my floor that she had gotten a DUI ticket and then told guys she had gotten pregnant to get money to pay for the DUI ticket. You know? Like, you have no control over that.
Well, see, the difference between those stories is that this girl was actually just really dumb
Okay.
and thought she was pregnant
Yeah, I
because
remember
she
that.
missed her period by like a day. Like she
Oh,
texted
wow.
me. She's like, Chris, I'm not on my period. I think I'm pregnant. I was like, no, there's no way. She's just like, I swear. And I was like, and then the next day she's like, oh yeah, I had my period today. My bad.
That would be the worst
And I was
day
like,
of my life.
I was like, yeah. But
Maybe not dumb, just kind of like
no,
impulsive and like overreacting.
No,
She
she's
was-
really dumb.
Okay.
I promise you, she's dumbest girl I've ever met.
Really?
Yeah, but she was a redhead and she was really hot, so it was worth it.
Apparently redheads have more sex. Apparently iPhone users have more sex.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, isn't that like half the earth? iPhone
Yeah,
users?
Really. Yeah, true.
That's a secret. Get an iPhone.
Whenever I learned that fact, it was like forever ago. Back
If you have an iPhone, you fuck. This dude fucks. Find out
Look at
why.
his iPhone.
He's got an iPhone.
He's got an iPhone, you can tell. Oh,
that's effective advertising.
I kind of want to buy an iPhone now.
You need to buy a new phone in general.
I need to buy a new phone.
Because your phone's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
My phone is also a piece of shit.
His phone is dead.
90% of the time.
Yeah. I was
It
gonna go
holds a
75.
charge for like maybe an hour.
I was
That's
gonna go
exactly how mine is. What phone do you have?
Galaxy S6.
Okay, dude, that sucks. Like, I guess is it like a lithium battery? I'm assuming. Or,
Yeah, I guess.
Whatever.
It's like 2 years old, so like it's just been used and used and used and used every day.
I had an iPhone 5 from 8th grade to my senior year. Actually, to pass my senior year.
Wait, you can get a new one. You can get a new battery.
A new battery?
Yeah, man, you should totally look into a new battery.
Ben, you have an Android. Androids get new batteries.
See, I can't
iPhones
get a new
don't.
battery with my iPhone. Like,
Idiot.
swear to God, I used to have US Cellular, and they would give you a free battery.
I don't know if
once
you
a
can
month.
pop the back off of the 6 though, because there's no way to like separate.
Wait, can I see your phone real quick?
It's in his car,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's like basically got a glass back.
Dude, respect leaving your phone out in the car. Respect.
It's dead.
It's dead.
Oh, shit, okay.
Dude, it's always dead. I'm like not on my phone when I'm hanging out with people though.
That's cool. I respect
hate
that.
I hate it when people do that.
Oh, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, like I was having
It's
a
rude.
cigarette with one of his friends across the hall, and he was just literally on his phone the whole time when we were having a CJ.
You burned?
CJ?
You burned?
Yeah,
You burned, bro?
too much.
So the guy across the hall from us,
Darts.
he calls us Delta or Kappa cigarettes all the time. So I started calling him a Delta Chew because he chews and he's in.
really?
He's a Delta guy.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit
No,
hypocritical if he's
no, Andres,
choosing some form of tobacco.
yeah.
He's making fun of
Kappa
another
cigarette, and then
He chews a lot of tobacco too.
yeah.
He's always got.
He did not see that coming. Like he called me a Kappa cigarette, and I was just like, "Shut up, you Delta Chew!" And he's like, "Oh my god!"
That
You
is
really
pretty
got
funny.
it.
That's pretty
You got
witty.
it.
I
got
like that.
He's a witty boy.
All right, well,
I've never smoked a cig in my entire life.
Just keep it that way.
yeah,
That's what everybody tells me, and that's what I plan on.
they're all right.
I was vaping at the club last night.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've never really vaped too much, but we
Did you get a head buzz?
Yeah, very, very strong. I realize. Well, dude, it's funny. Like everybody used to make fun of vapors all the time back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever vapes started, first started. But now those Juul things are fucking everywhere. I didn't even know what a Juul was until like a week ago, and I see them everywhere.
Oh, our pledge class has.
Dude, they
between all of us, we have like 20 Juuls.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's what Wenner was doing. Wenner was hitting the Juul whenever he was here.
I might get a fix.
Last podcast.
When I'm trying to quit smoking, but and
Good for you.
It works with a vape. I was like not having a cigarette in a day because I was vaping, which was nice. But then pledship started, so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna smoke. Like,
Right.
I had cigarettes on me anyway. So New Orleans, after New Orleans, because I'm gonna smoke in New Orleans. It's Sin City, basically. So I'm just gonna. It's not quite Vegas, but
Right.
it's wild. So. Everyone smokes.
I get why people do it now. Like after last night, because that was probably the best head high I've ever had in my life.
It goes away though eventually. Yeah.
Dude, it lasted like 5 minutes. And
Yeah.
I was like, this could be.
You're
a
just
really
sitting there
negative
like,
habit
What'd you
real
hit?
quick.
What'd you hit? A Juno or a Juul?
Juno or Juul?
Yeah, those have a lot of nicotine in them.
Yeah.
They buzz you out.
Yeah, watch out because people get hella addicted to those. Like,
Oh, I can tell you.
seen those like no other.
Yeah, it's bad.
awful.
Sean, Coop.
Oh, and you constantly have to keep re-upping on it.
Yeah,
You know,
and they're not cheap.
Yeah,
They're not cheap.
They're
Like,
not cheap.
There were probably like 3 sessions last night. Yeah, you're right. Like it lasts probably 5 minutes most. Like
That's what nicotine does. That's like it's just. I don't even get head buzzes anymore.
it feels good. I get
Oh, it
why
felt great
I'm glad I did
starting.
it so that I understand why people do it so much more. But it's totally a problem.
Yeah, that's my stance on a lot of drugs. Honestly, I'll probably be taking heroin here pretty soon.
Same. Just to try.
Just to understand why people
Meth.
do it.
Actually, I have some meth
Just
lined
to
up.
keep it open, Mom.
Just to keep it open. I mean, don't knock it till you try it. Obviously.
Honestly, I was gonna have you guys start this off with just roasting me. So if you guys want to end this with roasting me,
I have no roast for you.
damn.
You
The only roast.
like a beer pong.
And
Damn.
you don't know shit. You don't know shit for memes.
Damn.
That's about all I got for you.
That's about it.
Cool. Go ahead. What do you got?